the issue is that this was a very tenuous peace process. Beijing was completely behind having it go through, but obviously the United States is not able to control Israel. I've said many times before that this is what they call a three-body problem. It's a term in physics, not a term, it's a model in physics that when you have three bodies that are independent, celestial bodies, you cannot predict what is going to happen. And in this particular case, between Israel, the United States, and Iran, it is impossible. Each one has its own trajectory. Each one, definitely Israel is intent on making sure that this peace process never happens. The United States would like to get out, but is hemmed in by its own political dialogue on this, especially Donald Trump's, and Iran feels that it has the momentum, at least at the moment. So it's going to be very difficult. It was anticipated that it would be, and it's proven to be so.
And the US says the strikes were a response to attacks on commercial shipping. So while Iran says Washington violated the Islamabad memorandum. So what is your view on these narratives, and what of them should get the international support based on the international law?
Well, in this particular case, I don't think international law applies. This is not a treaty. This is simply that was supposed to end hostilities for a period of 60 days so that they could negotiate final terms. Besides the fact that those final terms, also sanctions, return of present time, you have to go back to the beginning of this. Those were the strikes in Lebanon, which resulted in Iran taking out. Iran has said that saying that it has the right to control access through the Straits of Hormuz. It means that all ships and international law actually is a waterway that is uncontrolled. Different interpretations of it. The United States is trying to appear strong by attacking Iran, but where are we? We're back at square one, and the question is there even any point of continuing talks if they're going to continue attacks?
And could these ceasefire violations, do you think, and military exchanges push the Middle East into a prolonged security crisis despite interim deal?
Well, we're already at that point. We're more than 115 days past the beginning of what was supposed to be a few-day venture by Donald Trump to subdue Iran. It hasn't happened, and it is not going to happen. Straits of Hormuz remains to be a choke point for energy that is vital not only to making cars go, but to the industrial processes and to food itself. So unfortunately, we will continue in this direction, or what I should say, non-direction, chaos, as these three bodies go at different angles towards an objective they cannot define.
And China obviously has major interests in the Gulf, and depends heavily on energy supplies through the Strait of Hormuz as well. So how concerned will Beijing be about the current escalation?
Well, it's just as concerned as the rest of the world. Remember, this is a war that was started, a war of choice that was started by Donald Trump, which represents 4.5% of the world's population. You add in 7 million people from Israel, or you could add in 16 million Jews around the world, despite the fact that many of them disagree with this. The fact is, we're talking about a minuscule part of the humanity, and this war is affecting everybody else. So over 95% of the world is being held hostage by the interests of three countries, the United States, Iran, and also Israel.
So Pakistan has consistently advocated a dialogue and managed to secure a deal between the US and Iran. So do you see Islamabad can once again step in and mediate these recent escalations?
Well, you can only bring people to dance with one another. The fact is that Islamabad has tried to create agreement, an MOU. There is no actual deal. And as we see, all the terms of that deal are being violated. So yes, there is a role for Pakistan. Unfortunately, it goes back to square one, and that is getting these parties to trust each other. Very difficult when you have only two of the three players at the table, and the third player, who is not at the table, has over 120 nuclear weapons and continues to be extremely divisive in attacking other countries and occupying their land. So this is not something that's going to go away, but it's something that has to be done. Pakistan has been willing to shoulder a lot of that burden. It's been supported by many other countries. But at this point, we have no other alternatives. There's no military way the rest of the world can force these three into peace. I've said before that I think the only way that this can be handled is if the rest of the world comes together and says that we will stop trading with all three of you unless you three of you can come to some sort of peaceful terms that allows the rest of the world to continue